It might be cold in Western Canada, but these two teams both need to heat up fast. The Vancouver Warriors are going through early season growing pains under new boss Kurt Malowski and desperately need a win to right the ship. The Saskatchewan Rush, meanwhile, haven't played since New Year's Eve. They hope the 20 days off will help them forget the heartbreaking overtime loss to Albany. It's the Vancouver Warriors and the Saskatchewan Rush, and it's coming up next. Welcome inside SaskTel Center on Treaty 6 territory this evening. It's Cody James and John Fraser, Sabine Ahmad with you as the Saskatchewan Rush and the Vancouver Warriors set to battle it out on Co-op Field. A matchup between two teams with one win on the season, but obviously there's a lot of familiar faces out there, and these two teams do not like each other.
We've been talking about it all week, Cody. It's almost like the new Rush against the old Rush, as a big chunk of the championship cores from 2016 and 2018 now visiting the Vancouver Warriors. And you mentioned two teams, one win each, but only one game out of a playoff spot in the new unified standing. So tonight, absolutely massive for both clubs.
Now, I think, going into game number 6 for Vancouver, the offense is something everyone was going to be talking about, but it's been Adam Charlambides who has really led the way for these Warriors.
Not a surprise. If you've been watching the National Lacrosse League and watching the Vancouver Warriors, you know that everything runs through Adam Charlambides and continues going through that. If they're going to be successful tonight, it's going to go through Charlambides. Right now, 11 goals, 22 points so far in the season, leading the way and definitely their most dangerous option up front. He's going to have a big night and a big rest of the season, continue his success if the Vancouver Warriors want to make some noise in the postseason.
And I think you expect to see a little bit more out of Keegan Ball and Kyle Killen as well, especially inside SaskTel Center, where they've had a ton of success. For the Rush on the flip side, Patrick Dodds held off the score sheet against Albany. That's one player I'm keyed in on to see how he bounces back tonight.
Well, certainly. All the talk with the Rush so far has been Zach Mans, and teams are starting to get aware, right? So another big offseason addition in Patrick Dodds. He needs to step up big tonight. 2 goals, 9 assists this year. He had 84 points in his rookie year. Remember, they got him from Panther City expecting another 84-point year, not 11 points through 4 games. So he's got to get it going here. As you take a look at the standings, we mentioned both these teams at 1 win. Saskatchewan at 1-3, Vancouver at 1-4, but look, you're only a win out of a playoff spot. I've said it before, I love the unified standings so much. This game is absolutely huge. Both these teams got to get on a roll if they want to find themselves in the march to May. Well, that roll can start tonight right here at SaskTel Center, Cody.
Well, it's one of the more interesting matchups this evening in the National Lacrosse League, and on the floor, the rivals reunite. It's Aaron Bold between the pipes for the Vancouver Warriors this evening, sporting a 10.99 goals against average and a 76 save percentage with a 1-3 record for his Vancouver Warriors squad. Across the floor, it's Frank Scigliano, newly acquired in the offseason. Frank Scigliano, 1-2 this year, 11.59 goals against average, 79% is his save percentage. At the dot this evening, Mike Messenger going up against Chris Willman. These two battled it out twice last season when Willman was a part of the Calgary Roughnecks. Mike Messenger won 54% of those face-off attempts. Ref is ready, ball is down, and we are underway on Co-op Field at SaskTel Center. It's Cody James, John Fraser, Speed Ahmad with you this evening. Rush will get the first possession thanks to a face-off win from Mike Messenger. Ryan Keenan, named captain in the offseason. He's down for Robert Church. Church will zip it across. Zach Mans back for Church. Passes behind him. Will peel it off the half wall, though. Church on the run, trying to go high 5-hole on Aaron Bold. He makes a save.
I want to see what Robert Church brings to the table tonight. He's playing against some guys that know him really well. Midski, Dilks. They saw him in practice all the time. See if Robert Church can overcome some of his former buddies defending him.
Keegan Ball, far side of the floor. Warriors wearing their wedding whites, gold chrome helmet. Charlotte Beatties leads the team, 22 points. Dishes it back to Keegan Ball. Ball up top in front of the restraining line, trying to go low to the glove on Chiliano. Misses the mark. It won't be over and back, though, as he one-arms it into Saskatchewan territory, where it's grabbed by Mallory. Patrick Dodds off the bench and on the logo. No points in his last game. Rush haven't played in 3 weeks, though. 1 game in their last 36 days. Nance up top finds Mike Triolo. Down low, it's Patrick Dodds trying to get to the middle, defended outside by Willman. Off the wall when Greniak's on the run. Aaron Bold makes a save, and he drops down to it.
You mentioned it, Cody. Rush haven't played since New Year's Eve thanks to some travel snafus, some chaos there. But more Rush players than ever live in the city now, so I feel like it won't be as big of an impact as it has been in previous years.
Very interesting point. Warriors offense on the floor. Isaac Anju beat up top by Low and down low for Martel, and Messenger hammers him in front of the crease, but I believe that'll be a call as Garland scoops up the loose ball.
Yeah, that's one thing the NLL has been doing a really good job on, cracking down on, that being contact to the head. Messenger gets a bit up high and will await the call. Could be a handful of things. Looked like an elbow to me, Cody.
Saskatchewan penalty number 8, 2 minutes illegal body check.
Elbow, illegal body check, one of the two. I'm 0 for 1 on those, but pretty simple, straightforward here. Take a look at Messenger. He runs into his man, Martel, gets up high, head snaps back, especially when he's wearing a bright chrome helmet. There's no excuse to hit the guy right in the noodle like that. So for the first time tonight, the Rush penalty kill goes to work, 7th. The National Lacrosse League, 8 of 19 on the year. Vancouver's power play is going to work.
Charlotte Beatties now down to the corner. Power play 1 goes to work. Crowley now down low. Wanted the quick stick. Martel wouldn't let it go. Crowley shot punched out with the right hand by Frank Chiliano. Loose ball battle. Boudreau was out there, and Jarrett Smith has to get back. Charlotte Beatties over the restraining line. He'll backpedal. Keegan Ball's up top. Little behind the back, flip, crease dive by Killen. Kick sing by Frank Chiliano is 3rd of the game. Holden Garland has a loose ball, swarmed by some Warriors, and then Jake Boudreau flips it up for Jarrett Smith. Charlotte Beatties knocks a stick out of his hands. Ryan Delch is there as well. Loose ball battle ensues in front of the penalty box. Rush control, it's the captain, Ryan Keenan, takes a 2-hand to the wrist from Matt Beers. Up top, it's Jackson Suba. Scored his first career NLL goal last week against the Calgary Roughnecks. Power play goes to work. They've got 56 seconds to play with. Martel has Charlotte Beatties there. Little fake shot back for Ball. Trying to go 5-hole. And Chiliano denies him. But now Crowley's on Barnable for the loose ball. And it'll be Warriors possession. Spin by Martel, and he scores. Warriors draw first blood on the power play.
The importance of staying on the ball, even when you think it's going back up the floor, was just shown there by the Vancouver Warriors. The Rush thought they had a chance to get it out, get it down the floor, maybe kill off the rest of the penalty. But Martel just sneaks up behind here after you check the turnover there. Crowley, quick little pass to Martel, and he finds himself all alone in Frank Chiliano, and Martel isn't going to miss from there. His 9th of the season. A little bit of a penalty kill defensive breakdown there, Cody. And coming into the game, Vancouver, their power play 13th out of 15 teams in the league. But remember, when Saskatchewan played Albany on New Year's Eve, their power play didn't look great. Seems like the Rush have been the cure for bad power play ails early in the season.
Messenger out of the sin bin, kicks the face-off back for Holden Garland. Mike Messenger, the all-time penalty minute leader for this Saskatchewan Rush organization. Rocking retro jerseys this evening, inspired by the Syracuse Smash. Inside for Robert Church, and he scores! Just like that, even Steven. Robert Church has tied it at 1.
Wanted to see what Robert Church was going to do against a bunch of guys that he knows well, and heck, he just puts the Rush on the board early in this one. Bit of an overcommit on Zach Manson. Can you blame him? 4 straight hat tricks for Mans. Robert Church managed to sneak just past his man, Steph Charbonneau, the Montreal product, and gets himself an opening. As everybody who's paying attention to Mans, as you should, he of 13 goals, but you can't forget about Robert Church, arguably the best goal scorer in Saskatchewan and Edmonton Rush history, finds some space and finds the back of the net.
Robert Church has struggled per se against the Vancouver Warriors squad. 18 goals in 11 games. By his standards, that's struggling.
I was going to save that stat for you, Cody. I was going to steal it, but I knew you'd done the hard work to come up with it. So getting him going early is going to be huge for the Rush in this one.
So kind. Clark Walter, the BC boy, playing against these Warriors. Back to work. Church feeds him. Walter's wide open. 5-hole attempt, and Bold sits on it.
That's twice now that we've seen an overcommit to the one side by the Warriors defense. Not something you're used to seeing out of a veteran decor.
Thought about going in transition. Back for Grant, stripped of the ball. Here's Isaac Andrew, 2 goals on the season. Couldn't get a full handle on it. Now he's gonna bat it over. Across the floor, Holden Garland inside, stopped by Bold.
How about that play by Andrew to roll that across the floor?
Mike Triolo off the bench, taking that shot against his summer ball teammates and Aaron Bold. Misses low to the glove side, but Holden Garland, what a shift by the Ontario native. All over the place. Rush offense is going there. Zach Mans got tripped up. Play continues. Triolo one-on-one with Beers. Little spin down low. Triolo to the net. It's off the crossbar.
What an impressive play for the big man Triolo, 6'8", 229, using that big frame to spin off pressure and wring some iron in his diet early in this one.
Riley Lowen played for the Rush in 2016. Dumps the ball down low. He'll swing it near side. Does it on the shot clock. Martel, lone goal in the game for Vancouver. Ball now. He'll swing this one across. Little fadeaway. Chiliano didn't get a piece of it, so the shot clock does not reset. Ball ends up running into his teammate, and the Warriors will just dump this one down with 9:41 to go in quarter number 1. Both teams have found the net early. Robert Church has the last one. We're up to break in Toontown. Back in Saskatoon, tied at 1 apiece. Let's now go down between the benches. Sabine Ahmad is standing by.
Welcome to Retro Night in Saskatoon. You'll notice that the Saskatchewan Rush are wearing a very special retro jersey, paying homage to the Syracuse Smash. It's who the Saskatchewan Rush used to be way back in 1998 to 2000 before that. And after that, they slowly became the Ottawa Rebels. And it wasn't a few years later that they actually became the Rush. So tonight on Retro Night, it only makes sense for them to be wearing the Saskatoon Rush jerseys.
Well, they're sharp. They rocked the white ones last year. Now you can flip it around and you've got the black Rush jerseys inspired by the Smash. I love them. It's a sharp look. The pants look incredible as we get a look at Zach Mans buzzing up the floor. 13 goals this season. Offense back underway on Co-op Field. Ryan Keenan, cross for Triolo, hit a crossbar last shift. Patrick Dodds up top, finds Church on a little bit of a wheel. Now he'll spin back, Grant defense all the way across the floor. Keenan's got to climb a ladder. 7 to shoot. Keenan now trying to go short side. Bold with the left pad, kicks it out.
Nice tribute for Ryan Dilks, longtime member of the Saskatchewan Rush. I like the teams getting the tributes out of the way early because he's going to be a thorn in their side tonight. So we got a nice standing ovation.
Kevin Crowley, the one they call Big Cats. Flip for ball, far side, just outside. Now Messenger runs over Charlem Beatties. And I believe Messenger's getting another one.
It looks like it. Second time his shoulder made contact with that gold chrome helmet. And Charlem Beatties is trying to have a conversation with him on his way to the box. He's not happy.
Saskatchewan, penalty number 8, 2 minutes, roughing.
Another one of those you call roughing, call them a legal body check, but you saw the shoulder make contact with the helmets, and it makes it nice and easy to see. You can't hit a guy in the head, right? Lacrosse is a tough sport. It's not a dirty sport. You don't want to concuss a guy. 2 mistakes now by Mike Messenger.
Warriors on the power play, 1-for-1. Martel has the goal. Crowley had the assist. Keegan Ball's up top. Little back pedal. Finds Charlotte Beatty's now back for Ball. Shot got deflected. Martel is still 15 on the shot clock. Back for Killen. Thought about a dunk for a second. Pulls it out. Martel. Crowley. Charlotte Beatty's. Behind the net's Kyle Killen. Flip for Ball. Time and space, and he scores. Keegan Ball catches some air and makes a 2-1 Warriors on the power play.
Jumps up in the air like he's Super Mario with enough time to still pull off a stick fake. The athleticism by Keegan Ball there, just unreal. 6th goal of the season, another guy of the Vancouver Warriors. You can't give that kind of time and space to. He gets in between Garland and Boudreau, kind of gets lost there as Bobby Kidd III was keeping an eye on Martel, finds that time and space, and again, the ability to jump up in the air and those quick stick fakes, that's hard for a goaltender to stop. So Vancouver, early power play success in this one, Cody.
2 for 2 on the man advantage as Messenger off the face-up, trying to go through a double team. One arm on his stick, put it on goal. But hey, if the refs are going to put you a man up, you might as well capitalize. Kurt Malowski's squad has certainly done that. 2 goals on 4 shots for the scoreboard in-house here at Sasktel Center. Keegan Ball runs it over the logo. Down for Crowley, large right side. Inside for Ball, ends up on the turf. Mallory's going to scoop it over. Isaac Enju peels it off the boards. Clark Walter now. 1 assist against Albany. Quiet for his standard. Said before the game, hey, we got to heat up and we got to do it quick. Mike Triolo now. Oh, 5-hole and scores. Triolo lets it go from Martinsville, and we're tied at 2.
Tons of chaos on that play. Bodies were banging everywhere, Cody. First, Robert Church comes in with a pick. On the far side, it was Clark Walter. That opens up Triolo here. Walter finds his man turning back, and just through a mass of humanity, goes in betwixt the pantaloons of Aaron Bold. And he, the big man, has the goal here, his 3rd of the year. Bolt never had a chance to see that one. He just shot that through all the bodies.
3rd game of the season, 3rd goal for Mike Triolo. The Edmonton Senior B minor star. Another face-off win for Messenger. Dominant at the dot in quarter number 1. Here's Connor McClellan. Switched his number to 13 last season in honor of his favorite hockey player growing up, Matt Sundin. Now it's Zach Mantz. 2-on-2 as Beers is out to defend. Long shot by Dotz. Put it on goal. Bold made the save, and he kicks it outside. Patrick Dotz, 23 points in his career against Vancouver. It's just his 3rd season in the National Lacrosse League. Robert Church now. Match up with Wilmot. Dotz inside, sets the pick. Over to Mans, and he scores! Pound your chest, Saskatchewan. Zach Mans makes it 3-2.
I love Zach Mans playing into the crowd here with that celebration. He finds some open space, and he's not going to miss from there. Turns around and says, I am that Mans. Sorry, Cody, I had to do it. You see just that big hard shot. Zach Mans acquired in the offseason here. Robert Church, again, you're watching what the Rush are doing on offense. The second Vancouver overcommits to either Church or Mans, they're just sending it back across the floor and giving the other guy a chance to take a shot. And if you're going to let Zach Mans wind up like that, there's not a goalie in the world that's going to stop that kind of shot.
Messenger face-off goes up to Barnable. Rush will recover it. Messenger now 4 for 4 on draws. Bobby Kidd III took 1, which he lost against Chris Wilmot. Cameron Greniuk, far side of the floor. Looks up top. Dodds let that one go from the restraining line. When Greniuk, loose ball machine, he's got it. Scored twice against Vegas before Christmas. Dodds wants some help. Short side by Church. Shouldered away by Aaron Bolt. 2016 NLL champion right here in this building. John Fraser, the legendary call, the best call. came from the man standing to my left in the broadcast booth. Ryan Keenan gets it up top. Fans are loving the loose ball battle effort. That was one thing Albany dominated the rush on. Saskatchewan looks to have turned up a gear in this one. Over to Greniuk, high and heavy, misses the mark. Church has it, still 10 on the shot clock though. He'll slow it down, trying to cut down low. Grant grabbed with a free arm. Now he finds Triolo, short side, had some space, but it's inches away.
Good memories of that Aaron Bold game. He's with the big save that led to the Cornwall goal. And thanks for the kind words, Cody. I had zero fun calling that. Fun fact, I passed out halfway through that call.
McCully down for Charlotte Beatties. His pass got deflected by Adam Jake. Up top, McCully shot. Won't hit Chiliano. It's going to bounce back towards the rush bench. Grab by McCully. He was acquired from Buffalo just over a week ago. A good Victoria boy, as some would say. Clark Walter scoops it up, and he'll go on a bit of a run now. 9 points this season. Walter, inside pass, got picked off. Back the other way, it's Matt Beers. Beers is up the floor. Boudreau's on the trail, and Chiliano robs him on a breakaway.
Best save of the night for Frank Chiliano. Really one of the toughest he's seen in even strength. He comes up big against noted goal scorer Matt Beers.
Mallory stays in place. Robert Church now, little two-man game. You'll see Robert Church switched up the stick. He's now rocking a black hit. Used a white one earlier in the season. Zach Mann shot, that got blocked by Kirkness. Ball's on the ground. Walter's got a double team. Bowering takes a chop a little up high, and now Subak gives Keenan an extra one. They'll continue to have a conversation, but with 4:23 left to go, quarter number one, we'll head off to a media timeout. 3-2, Saskatchewan leads in Sastel Center.
Welcome back to Co-op Field in Saskatoon. The Saskatchewan Rush lead the Vancouver Warriors 3-2, and the Saskatchewan Rush are facing off the Warriors that have a number of familiar faces playing against them rather than next to them, and that includes Ryan Dilks, that includes Aaron Bold, Matt Beers, John Lintz, Riley Lowen, Brett Midsky, and after the shoot-around this morning, Captain Ryan Keenan even said that they weren't focused on who was outside of that room, their team room. They were only focused on who they were playing with, and Holden Garland echoed the same sentiments, that they're friends off the field, but on the field, they're playing against them.
Awesome. Thank you, Sabine. A big night on Retro Night. How fitting. You've got basically the old Rush in here.
Charlotte Beatties gets the offense going here. Less than 5 to go, quarter number one. Crowley finds Charlotte Beatties up top, defended by Messenger. Martel back for Crowley. Little pushback. Martel with the shot. Far side. Chiliano going the wrong way. Got it with the stick. Ball has the rebound. Crowley, the new West stop. Zips it down. Charlotte Beatties inside, scores. Tic-tac-toe. The Warriors have tied it at 3.
The not-so-great night outside of the face-up dot for Mike Messenger continues there, as it was Messenger who went up high, overcommitted, and that allowed Charlotte Beatties time and space. Not the guy you want to do it here, as you watch Messenger steps up on Charlotte Beatties, doesn't follow him towards the net. That leads to the scoring opportunity, and you give the ball to Adam Charlotte Beatties with that kind of space, even the kind of season, the kind of night Frank Chiliano's had so far tonight, he's probably going to bury it there. So time to see if Messenger can get some redemption.
For our friend Cooper Perkins at Lax Metrics, Frank Chiliano leads the league in 1v1 save percentage. Very close to high danger save percentage if you want to put it in hockey terms. But we're even at 3. Shots are 11-7 in favor of the Rush. Vancouver with the ball. Crowley circles up top. Back to Charlotte Beatties. Does it on the year. Trying to go short side on Chiliano. Ran into him as well.
An extra shot city for everybody in and around that white and red paint, Cody. We are talking about our radio pregame. This might be the Rush's second biggest rival, and so far the physicality has come as expected.
Man snap. Bretminski defends the one-on-one. Mallory staying in play and again. Church outside. He'll peel some paint off the pipe. This one's going to bounce back though. Braden Lady. First rounder this year as a break. Lady trying to go low. Chiliano read him like a book.
Chiliano, another big save there in the back and forth battle so far. Again, Rush now 2 posts, 2 crossbars in the opening quarter.
Jake Boudreau. Little stay in play, trying to go far side, bounces wide. Church has it, stick on knocked out of his hands though. Bow right down low. Boudreau takes a shot up high from Subak. And Kirkness has a loose ball going back the other way. Kirkness on a break. Chiliano bails out again. And then Bobbykin III gets hit by Martel. Down for Barnable. Physicality picking up. Messenger, spin move on dumps. He'll take a cross check up high. Messenger the shot as Bold drops into a hockey-style butterfly.
Messenger looking for some redemption after a couple early penalties and a defensive mistake in this one. He's been great at the dot. Looking to score a goal and maybe turn his night around. Maybe that chance is what does it right here, Cody.
Riley Lowen, 2-time NLL champion. Off the bench as the 5th forward. McCullough down low. Jake pushes back. Ball passes forced into the middle. Killen was there. 3 on the shot clock. Warriors have it, and they'll dump it down inside the Tim Hortons crease. And now Ball getting into it with Boudreau.
That got lost right in Martel's jersey. Those white jerseys are so crisp, so clean for Vancouver. Couldn't spot the ball.
Robert Church, 1 in the game. Has a 2-man game going with Dons. He got pushed in by Midski. Couldn't handle the passes. Charbonneau gives him 1 extra. Charbonneau, 300 loose ball recoveries in his career. Refs, fans aren't happy. No call coming, but it'll be Warriors possession. 70 seconds to go. Quarter number 1. All the way through to Kyle Killen. Threat from long range. Lowen down to Martel. Cross for Crowley. Misses the mark, and this one's going to bounce all the way back. Shot clock expires on the Warriors with 54 seconds left.
Rush tightening up defensively here. 5-on-5. 2 of the 3 goals for the Warriors early on coming on the power play. 5-on-5 them and Frank Chiliano have been especially good. 2 posts for the Rush so far early in this one.
Church inside. Triola was there, and it just got knocked out of his stick. Back the other way. Warriors have it. We'll see if they take an early shot here or if they try eat some clock. Lowen has it, and I don't think they're going a 2-for-1 here. Lowen up top for Ball. They won't pull the goalies. There's about a 10-second differential. Shot clock, game clock. Ball inside. Lowen's there, and it's behind Chiliano, but somehow that stays out.
Jake Boudreau got his stick on it as it was spinning behind Chiliano. Boudreau with his first save of the night.
Now Chiliano's to the bench. It'll be 6-on-5 for the Rush to close out quarter number 1. Church up top for Mats. Now it's Keenan stepping in. Pass intended for Triolo off the top of his stick. About 2 seconds left, and the Warriors, well, the shot misses the mark anyway, so they won't have a chance at it, and we're at a level ground in SaskTel Center. 3-3's the score. Frank Chiliano with the latest, and it's the first quarter. Wrapping up on TSN Plus. The National Lacrosse League, presented by NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience, officially licensed everything.
Well, earlier this week, a number of Saskatchewan Rush players paid a visit to the Ronald McDonald House in Saskatoon. They were visiting a number of families in the Ronald McDonald House, but they also cooked dinner for the families. I had a chance to speak with Jarrett Smith earlier today during their warm-up, and he said they had a blast cooking spaghetti from scratch and visiting the families, but he also talked about how eye-opening it was and what a great establishment it is. And guys, Max right here, who's visiting with the players, he even showed up at shoot-arounds this morning with his parents to check out shoot-arounds.
Just awesome stuff. Thanks a bunch, Sabine. Seeing the post on Instagram, looks like the boys could cook. That looked like a delightful little meal there for the families at Ronald McDonald House, and I love seeing the team, more guys living here in Saskatoon, able to get out and do stuff like that. That's so huge. Made a lot of people's day.
Good people make good program, and the Rush have a lot of those in Saskatchewan. Messenger, another face-off win. He's 5 for 5 this evening.
Which has been a huge storyline coming in, Cody. Just 17% on the season into this one.
Rush will go left to right down your TV screen wearing their Smash-inspired black jerseys. Here's Zach Mans on his horse to the net, stopped by Bold.
My goodness, the speed of Zach Mans. Nobody was catching him there. What an athletic play. Great save, Aaron Bold.
Warriors will slow it down. Shots 14-10 in that opening quarter of play. Charlotte Beatties back for Kyle Killen. Across the floor, ball wrong side of the road. Mallory pushes them into the corner. Charlotte Beatty spin move around Enju to the net. Barnable got a piece of Charlotte Beatty's stick.
Great recovery by Barnable as the Dwight Schrute spin move from Charlotte Beatties. Yeah, that looked like he was heading for another goal tonight, but out of nowhere, the big stick knockout.
Church zips this one across. Cameron Gruniak got it on the half wall. Walter down for Robert Church. Church now, a little swim move around Grant, short side. Bull knew he was going there.
Robert Church looking like a man possessed tonight with a little more physicality than you normally see out of number 17 and a couple real nice head fakes. He wants this one tonight.
Killen behind the net. Always a dunk threat. Finds Bull. Low outside look. Shot goes around the defender by McCollum. Chiliano makes the save.
Nice job by Chiliano. There's a couple bodies in front. Hard to see there. Good positioning. Drop to his knees. Butterfly style save. Keeps it out.
Messenger down Main Street, and he puts it top shelf where Grandma keeps the good stuff. And the Rush back in front.
First you get 2 penalties, but then you go out and totally redeem yourself. Mike Messenger, nobody took him. He took it all the way up the floor. No pressure came from Vancouver. He saw his opening and went, yeah, I'll shoot, I guess. Watch this. It was late. Ryan Dilks saw him and didn't jump over, thought the other defender was coming up, just walked down Main Street untouched, had time and space to put one over the shoulder of Aaron Bold, who I think was even surprised that none of his boys got anywhere near that.
Dilks played with Messenger for almost 5 years.
Should know he likes to shoot.
Not the man you want walking down Main Street as the Hammer. Rush possession. Robert Church now. Pick got set by Dodds. Over to Mans, a load of high. Bold makes the save.
One of the hardest stops to make in lacrosse, and Bold's patented airmail move to follow up.
3-on-2 for the Warriors, but they'll wait this one out here. Reed Bauer has Martel. He'll set a couple of picks. Adam J with the switch up top on Martel. He'll drive inside as Bobby Kin the third sits down Bowering.
What a hit there by BK3. Great play.
Jake Boudreau now off the bench for Walter. Ball's on the ground. Keenan has it. Little flip up top for Mike Triolo. Triolo's got one in the game, but he's had a handful of grade A chances. Now a fadeaway shot. Almost had room far side. Misses that left toe. Man, 7 on the shot clock. Back for Church. Drop the pass. Now he's got space. Fires high though. Walter inside. Toss to the ground. Bold has it with the outlet.
Bold loves that long pass. He's always looking forward. He's not quite Christian Del Bianco, but he connects on those more often than not. The Rush so far aware of that.
Pass above the head of Riley Lowen. Still on the ground though is Barnable. Little toe drag off the turf there for the 2-time national champion out of RIT. Now it's Mike Messenger. Might as well stay in play if you're the Hammer. Back for Wingrenia. Cam Wingrenia has Dodds. Down for Messenger. Dunk attempt, scores! Roll the highlight reel. Mike Messenger has a pair.
I don't think in all my years around this team, Cody, I've seen Mike Messenger go Superman, but he just did there. The absolute athleticism. You saw the hard shot on the last goal. Messenger sneaking in, finding some space behind the goal, and I don't think anybody thought that he was going to be able to do it. he does, tucks it behind Bold.
On his forehand.
Exactly. Even Bold looks surprised. Like the athleticism to not only pull that move, but to pull it to your forehand. Watch, even Bold's looking like, I didn't see that coming. Bold played with the guy. Unbelievable play by Mike Messenger. Nicest goal of his career by a mile.
Bobby Kidd the third on the draw. Martel ends up getting the face-off win for the Warriors as Matt Beers finds Charlotte Beatties. Messenger, 2 penalties in the opening quarter. He's got 2 goals in the second quarter.
That balances out.
Crowley down for ball. Cross for Charlotte Beatties. Room to cut inside. Martel tried a little pick and pop there, except I think the cross check, he threw himself to the turf.
He did. The man he was trying to pick just took an extra step ahead. The cross check threw him off balance, so the play didn't quite work out. He had it there for a moment.
On the roll, Mallory thought about sending it inside. Walter down low. He'll battle with Ryan Dilks. Double team as Beers gives him a shot as well.
See, that's why you do the tributes early, Cody, before they create a turnover on one of your guys offensively.
Vancouver's newest addition, McCully. Tom Killen sends it down for Keegan Ball. Dozen on the ticker. McCully now has Messenger step out on him. Wants the dunk attempt, and Messenger with the RKO behind the net.
You beat me to it. I was going to say RKO out of nowhere. Great minds think alike, Cody.
Jarrett Smith in transition. Church now sets a distraction. Pass for Dodds. Has a horse collar going on right now from Willman.
Well, we've worked in pro wrestling. Now we've worked in some pro football on our termage here.
Anything goes on a Saturday night in Saskatchewan. Crowley to the net. Just over the left hand of Frank Scigliano. Willman runs it back. Finds Martel. 1 goal in the contest. Open the scoring on the power play. Keegan Ball for Killen. Rips this one near side pipe and into row 3. 9:37 left to go, quarter number 2. It'll be Warrior ball when we come back. Rusher up by 2. Messenger has a pair this quarter.
The National Lacrosse League returns to Montreal for the first time since 2004, when Jeff Teat and the New York Riptides clash with Challen Rogers and the Toronto Rock on February 16th at Place Bell. Catch this special event on TSN and RDS and streaming live on TSN Plus and ESPN Plus.
Be a good time, just like it's a good time so far for the Saskatchewan Rush. Later on in this one, started a little slow, but the Rush now 4 to the last 5 goals. That leads them to a 5-3 lead over the Vancouver Warriors in Saskatoon. SaskTel Center, the Rush out shooting Vancouver 19-13, despite the Warriors having 2 power plays to put up a shooting gallery. The Rush look well rested in this one, as they should. They haven't played since New Year's Eve. Always rust versus rest. Looks like so far rest has been the benefit.
Well, and that was the ultimate debate on our radio pregame show from fans. And those in attendance tonight getting treated to a thriller. Back underway, Kevin Crowley with the rock. Finds Martel, defended by Bobby Kidd III. Crowley, little inside move. Back for Bell. Messenger got a stick in the way. Charlotte Beatties, plenty of room. Back for Ball. And Messenger sends it up the floor just over the head of Jake Boudreau. He'll have to run down on this one, though. Owen Grant chases him around. Boudreau flips it back for Adam Jay. Jay acquired the Mark Matthews trade along with Zach Mans in a first-round pick that became Levi Anderson. An honorable mention for All-American. Ryan Keenan. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Mans' pass got deflected. Walter has it in the corner as he's cross-checked to the ground, and the Rush might be getting their first power play of the game here.
Looks like it, Cody, as he got firmly planted right on the numbers in the dangerous area near the boards. Again, not the play. You can tap a guy from behind to knock him off balance, but can't hit him with that kind of force.
Vancouver penalty number 16, 2 minutes, check from behind.
That's another point of emphasis for the league's officials this year, is though that danger area play with the boards so close. You never want to see a guy go headfirst on the boards. You can see some serious injuries happen there, like the call there.
Rush told the power play 50% this season. Ryan Keenan's up top. He'll quarterback the power play. Zach Mance trying to go far side. Aaron Bold was moving to his left, but the shot's about a foot wide. Robert Church still has it. Doesn't on the shot clock. Keenan, Church inside, trying to go 5-hole again. Save is made by Bold, and now Church got tossed down by Midski, and that's about 5 feet in front of the ref. So Saskatchewan getting a 5-on-3 opportunity with 8:19 to go in quarter number 2, as Midski has his complaint heard.
Sabine mentioned it earlier that even though Midski's a former teammate, they weren't going to worry about him.
Vancouver penalty number 12, 2 minutes roughing.
They weren't going to worry about the fact he used to be on their team. They're obviously going to worry about his presence, but you could see the way that Church and Midski, former teammates, get at each other after that one. Yeah, no love lost on the floor.
Patrick Dotz over to Keenan. He'll play crease side. Mance flips it. Keenan back for Dotz. Church is up top, trying to go short side. Save made by Bull. Rush will go 4-on-3. Messenger standing back on the logo. Mance, Church back for Keenan. Quick stick off the outside of Bold's pad, and the loose ball gets scooped up by Braden Lady, the rookie, getting 5-on-3 penalty kill time.
Great awareness there by Lady. He was able to follow that one over, and great save. Aaron Bold off the right leg.
Keegan Ball with it now. Was talking to people within the Vancouver organization this morning about Braden Lady, and they said they were shocked he fell to them in the draft this past summer. And boy, oh boy, has he been dang good for the squad in goal. Messenger up top for Church. Power play as 35 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Mance still up top. Keenan, Dotz, crease side. Mance, Church, back for Dotz. Short side, goes off the backboards. Mance has it again. 9 to shoot. Dotz took a good shot in the numbers. Keenan still with it. Crease dive, trying to go short side. Bold made the save. Loose ball scooped up by Mance. Ryan Delks will chase him out. Mance down low. Keenan with it. Slow to get up after that crease dive attempt. 5 seconds left on the 5-on-3. It's down low for Dotz. Quick stick won't connect.
Great awareness by Keenan getting that shot on goal to get the reset. Rush got to be careful here, though, as the first man's out of the box and in their territory.
Now Vancouver can kill off the rest of this penalty as they hold the ball. 15 on the shot clock, 13 left in the penalty before Brent Midski, captain of this Warriors squad, gets out of the sin bin. Ball. A little bit of a pass shot there. Charlene Beatty's missed it. They reset the shot clock in-house, and the refs are just saying play on here. Now the Rush will get it, and you can give them another reset as Barnable, the former Whitby Warrior star, finds Clark Walter. Wrong side of the road. Kick saved by Bold. Rebound, he got it as well on Mike Triolo.
Great save, Aaron Bold. Triolo going way up in the sky. Bold up to the task. He's played real well here in the latter half of the second quarter.
Mallory will try a run on Mallory. Knocked the ball free. Chiliano still to make a save, though. Here's Jarrett Smith, the Winnipeg Jet, blazing up the floor. One of the best players to come out of Manitoba for his former junior coach. Hands it off for Robert Church. Little high step. Dons will set the pick. Walter now from the restraining line. Flips it back for Keenan. 10 on the shot clock. Keenan, plenty of time. Short-sided, it goes crossbar out. Oh, they're going to say it went in. Ryan Keenan, bar south. It's over the line.
As you would say, Cody goes upstairs where Grandma keeps the good stuff. Now let's take a look down to see if Kurt Malosky is going to throw that red challenge flag. Going to get a real good look at it here as it looked from my angle up here in our broadcast booth. That Vancouver goal is down to the right. And Cody, to me, it looked like that one did get behind Bold. Kurt Malosky's not happy there's not been a replay in-house yet. We're getting a look here on your TV screens. In-house, not so much. Get a real good look at the red challenge flag.
Well, here's a great angle.
Out.
Oh, and we're just a second behind. Kurt Malosky has thrown that challenge flag, though. So we'll get to go over it a few more times.
It looked to me, Cody, like that did go bar and behind the white line and back out. So Ryan Dilk's a little fired up as well.
Well, I think you have to give the ref the benefit of the doubt here, as they're standing right there. And so if you're that close, you like to think, is Kurt Malowski still with another word? Of course, referees in this one, Ryan Fowler, crew chief Josh Hiltz, Sam Baudouin, Ian Wilson's your shot clock operators. The conversations continue. This is a key one now. 5:20 left to go in the second. Is it a goal or isn't it? Because Saskatchewan could be up 6-3, or Vancouver could build some momentum off of a little break, a little rest.
Vancouver is challenging the call of a good goal.
Vancouver is officially challenging it after a good 2 minutes of conversation.
So we've got a great look coming up here that'll decide whether or not Kurt Malowski, after explaining he wants to challenge a goal for 2.5 minutes, will be right or wrong. We're gonna get our look right here. We've got the overhead look. Bold checks the post. Let's take a look here. That is in. My eyes do not fail me, Cody Jansen. I know we're a long way away in our broadcast location at SaskTel Center, but it looked like it was behind him, and that replay from our great crew here basically seals it. And Kurt Malowski's gonna be quite upset. They just showed this view in-house for the first time. That one, yeah, clearly behind Aaron Bold. Seeing eye shot.
Vancouver knows it too. They're lining up for the face-off as well. Hey, for Ryan Keenan, that's a big one. For the Rush, it means they build some momentum. For Ryan Keenan, it's his 7th of the season in his career. Remember, Keenan, first overall pick back in 2016, 18 goals against the Vancouver Warriors. Now, with this one, Keenan has been dang phenomenal when it comes to playing the Vancouver Warriors.
After review, the call in the field stands. The ball crosses the plane to the goal. We have a good goal.
So Saskatchewan gets to pound their chests again. Kurt Malowski not happy. Can't blame the guy. We didn't see that angle in-house until he had already challenged it, so he's having some conversations with people down there. I don't know who, but he's having a conversation with a whole bunch of people. Fans now giving it to him from behind the Vancouver bench. Not an easy place to play is Saskatchewan, being proven tonight.
Yeah, Malowski having words with the Saskatchewan Rush bench there after that one, but we're back underway. Cooler heads have prevailed. Matt Beer scoops up the loose ball and sends it down. Now the Warriors look for a response. Brenda Cullen, not yet in a Warriors uniform. Offense goes to work. Kyle Killen, long-range sniper, down for Keegan Ball. Summer ball star in Edmonton, Alberta. Charlem Beatties towards the net. Chiliano's got it. He lost his glove, though. Kept the ball out nonetheless. Jay wants to go up, but the ref says, hey, let's pay some bills here as we head off to break. Saskatchewan up by a field goal. 6-3 as Ryan Keenan has the latest.
Well, we just saw Coach Kurt Malowski from Vancouver Warriors get a little worked up due to the challenge that was just called, but he still has a successful record when it comes to against the Saskatchewan Rush, sitting 8-1 against the Rush since 2019. Still got some time to figure out who's going to be taking on the win tonight.
Thanks a lot, Sabine. Yeah, lots of success with his old Calgary Roughnecks squad. That was really, to me, maybe the move of the offseason was Kurt Malowski leaving Calgary, where he had so much success, and going to Vancouver, a team that has struggled through most of their time, especially since moving downtown, and struggling so far this season, sitting at just 1 win, which again adds, I think that's why we're seeing such a physical game tonight, Cody. Both these teams come in at 1 win. You got to get something going. You're still only a win away from a playoff spot, but you can't be the guy still sitting at 1 win and in last place in the league out of the night tonight, because again, whoever loses tonight, you're in last. That's not where you want to be at any time during the season.
Jake Boudreau getting ready to run it up the floor. They're having some shot clock issues in-house as they reset them to 32 seconds. And again, hey, technical difficulties happen. I'm sure they'll get it dialed at the end. Game leaders in this one, Robert Church, a goal and 2 assists for 3 points. Mike Messenger has 2 goals for the Rush. Keegan Ball with 2 points, a goal and an assist, as does Adam Charlambides for the Warriors in this one. Shots 25-15 in favor of the Saskatchewan Rush. The Rush have been really good at causing turnovers so far this season, but in this game, you're seeing how effective the young guys can be. It's the young players on their roster causing the turnovers. It's not just the Mike Messengers, it's your Isaac Njus, it's your Ryan Barnables, your Jake Boudreau. Because for the Rush, they're averaging about 16 turnovers per game, so it's about 4 per quarter. Well, you're seeing the new era of defense establish themselves.
Well, and it's different than what you're used to seeing if you're a Saskatchewan Rush fan. You're used to seeing more what we're seeing from Vancouver. Large, super talented defenders that play physical and make your life hard. Meanwhile, now the Rush, they play with lots of speed, they harass teams, and that's how they're creating the turnovers now, Cody.
Averaging 13.25 goals per game. Well, they've got 6 so far with 4:30 to go in the opening half. Zach Mance has the bright green kicks on the bright green turf here on Co-op Field. Mans now thought about feeding Walter. Little twister on goal, goes up high, rebounds, free game. Booted back by Grant. Mans steps into him as Keenan, one hand on his stick, got it, whipped it back, and Ryan Dilks is waiting for it. 3-time NLL champion Ryan Dilks started his career with the Boston Blazers. Chose to leave Saskatchewan in the offseason. Martel up top on the logo. Down for Charlambides. Back for Crowley. One-on-one with Nju. Inside feed. Lowen unhappy about something as Nju scoops up the loose ball as you see the re-emergence of the young defenders.
Yeah, Cody, what we were talking about, they're putting the physical guys, the veteran guys like Mike Messenger closer to the crease to knock and bang bodies, and the young guys going out to get the balls.
Cameron Grenia has Dons off the bench as the 5th forward. Church now trying to go 5-hole. Bull made the save. Rebound, free game. Church has it, and he's stopped again by Bull. Church, kick out. Dons has it. Shot clock got reset. Patrick Dons now over the top. Short side, that caught an edge of the post. And Aaron Boldis heads out of play. 3:10 to go, quarter number 2. Rush offense, couple of chances here. Reset comes. Church is up top on the logo. Wengrenia, Keenan, Dodds, and Triolo to support. Here's Cam Wengrenia. Little spin back. Ball got knocked free. Wengrenia again. Burns around Willman to the net. Bold's got it in his feet.
Cam Wengrenia coming over in a trade with Panther City this off-season. The Edmonton product played some of his junior days right here in Saskatoon at the Gordie Howe Kinsman Arena.
Kelly now on the logo. Bounces it for Charlambides. Led the team in points coming to this one. He's got 24 on the season. Kevin Crowley now. Messenger pushed up into him. Outside towards the net. McCulley stopped by Shiliano, and I think that one caught him inside the pad, under the pant, which is essentially a Charlie horse.
Yeah, not a good feeling. It looks like the goaltenders are protected everywhere, but there are a couple gaps in that goalie gear, I tell you what.
They'll tell you themselves. They're definitely not.
Oh, yeah. No, and it hurts a lot when you hit it there.
Here's Mike Triolo now. His shot. Dilks got it with his elbow. It looked like a little deflection on there. Back the other way. Bowering's going to have to peel back. Triolo's caught on defense now. Vancouver slow to get their forwards out, but Martel will carry it. Jay to defend. Nju with the switch. Flip back for Lowen. Nju's pushing him over the restraining line. Now Lowen, left side twister on goal. Shiliano makes the save, and Mike Mallory, boy, has he been good over the past 3 games for Saskatchewan.
Great awareness there by Lowen. He saw that Triolo was stuck out, got over to his side, and saw a pick on him, knew he wasn't going to bounce out. He's not experienced in doing that kind of thing, and gave himself an opportunity.
Church finds Mans. Zach Mans just won in the game when Koreniuk, a little too strong, knocked down his defender as him and Kirkness bounce into each other again. Cam Wengreniuk, built like a fridge. And so when he gives you a push, you feel it and more. Here's Charlotte Beatties. Runs into Jared Smith. Down for Keegan, Ball in the corner. Does it on the shot clock. Ball wants to shoot. Shiliano with the save as the defender and Boudreau got flattened on the floor.
Boudreau not happy with being knocked on his rear end.
Robert Church. Now he'll pick it up on the wrong side. Still holds on to it though. There's very few players that can, let alone remain on their feet, but hold the ball too. As Walter, count it. Clark Walter to the net. You couldn't walk that one in any better. He's got his 5th of the season. Rush lead by 4.
After the Rush's last game against Albany, Walter was the first one to admit he was quiet. He wasn't how he liked to play. So far, he's been doing the things he does best. Getting in, getting physical, and now adding a goal to that. Finds the open space there and just blows right by that Vancouver defense. They were set up. Again, so much attention to Zach Mans, and the Rush have been able to take advantage every time that D focuses on Mans, focuses on Church. Those guys know, look for the open guy if they're going to focus on me. And the benefactor there, Clark Walter, Rush on a 4-goal run.
I'm not sure we've seen a better mustache ever in the National Lacrosse League than Clark Walter. The camera angle of him on the bench.
Oh, with the mullet coming too. That's just outstanding.
Best in the business. It'll be Rush ball, 35.8 seconds left to go, quarter number 2. So they won't go 6 on 5. Shiliano will stay in, so about a 5-second differential. Shot clock, game clock. Rush up by 4. Mans on the floor when Grenia hops out to help. Ball back for Dodds. When Grenia fake BTB. Ball's on the turf for a second. Got it back, and it's up for Dodds, and the Rush are going to call a timeout here. 13.8 seconds left. And so the Rush are going to get to drop a play here. And I don't hate this, right?
Nope.
Because you can decide. Obviously, you want to score every possession. But you also have to be thinking, hey, if we don't get possession after the shot, they're going back the other way. We have to have a plan for what if.
Well, and they've got enough time to do either. So the timeout was called at the good time. You're not too far up against the shot clock. I believe, Cody, we're going to see about 12 seconds on the clock coming out of the timeout. So they've got a little bit of time to execute something. If the look's not there, make sure that it's not going to the back of your net.
Well, coming up at the half here in Saskatchewan Center. Highlights analysis, best plays of week 7, and the out-of-town scoreboard as well. A lot of games. It's a busy evening here. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. There's Georgia and Toronto is one where, again, San Diego, Albany.
Yep.
And this is no disrespect to any of the other games, but there's one I'm really curious about. Telling you, there's some good games on tap here. We're so lucky in the National Lacrosse League. All the great broadcasts we get to watch and listen to across the World Wide Web. 7-3 is the score, 16 seconds is on the clock, and they're gonna put 9 seconds. So they gave Vancouver 2 seconds, because if you remember, there was 35 seconds left when play got blown in. My math, that's 5 seconds. Now Vancouver's got an extra 2 to work with here. But the Rush, we'll see if they try get that defense out quickly, or if they think they got enough time to run something inside.
Well,
Clark Walter has the latest.
It's all going to depend on the look here, Cody. They know something they're looking for. If they see it, they're going.
Zach Mans up top for Walter. So here you go. They sit back on it now. Mans. He'll drive, Walter backpedal, shot goes wide, Church has it, has to leave it in the corner, and I believe they're gonna give Church a delay of game for that.
They are. You're supposed to drop it where you're standing. You're not supposed to throw it into the corner. It's exactly what Church does.
Saskatchewan penalty, delay of game.
Another thing the league, in the interest of speeding up game times, making it better for fans, you guys all at home watching on your TVs, your tablets, your Samsung smart fridges, whatever it might be. They want to speed it up, make it more fan-friendly. So that's one thing they talked about in the offseason, was anything like that, even an innocent one like Church, he didn't do that on purpose. You're going to get called, and here comes Vancouver. So far, so good on the power play for the Vancouver Warriors. 2 for 2 on the power play.
No timeout here. Crowley cross. Charlambides far side. Had some room, and he rips it into his own bench. Saskatchewan turns on the Jets offensively and defensively. They hold the Warriors off the board in quarter number 2. They tack on 4 of their own. Mike Messenger with the pair, Keenan and Walter with the others. It's 7-3 at the half in Saskatchewan. A beautiful winter evening in Saskatchewan as the Rush are up 7-3 on their rivals from the West Coast. 7-3 is the score. The Rush found a way to turn it up in that second quarter. I thought defensively they looked a lot more confident, and the offense led by Mike Messenger was fantastic. Frank Chiliano, great as well. The Warriors just seemed to be out of syncs and out of rhythms, and I think the defense for Saskatchewan really did that in.
Well, that Saskatchewan defense, you're expecting them to make mistakes because they're so young, but that youthful exuberance is causing nightmares for the Warriors offense right now. They're constantly out on them. The athleticism, they can get out on their man, try to create a turnover, create some havoc, and then still get back and cover that same person. So Vancouver, you know they're going to make adjustments. You know they're going to find a way to get more opportunities for Ball and Charlambides. It's going to be interesting to see how they adjust coming out of half court.
But how about Mike Messenger in
boy.
that first half? If you're watching at home, number 8, I don't know how many times we've said his name in the first quarter. It was for the wrong reason. In the second quarter, he could do no wrong.
As they said in the great movie Dumb and Dumber, first you go do this, then you go out, totally redeem yourself. Messenger with a couple ill-advised penalties, pretty obvious calls in the first quarter. Takes 2 headshot penalties. That leads to 2 goals by the visiting Vancouver Warriors. Messenger, he then decides, okay, you know what? It's time to turn around the second quarter. Jekyll and Hyde, this one here, he walks right down Main Street, snipes it on Aaron Bold. He likes to shoot, and then this goal here, I've been watching Messenger since his rookie season here in Saskatchewan. This is the nicest goal in his career. Goes to the forehand Superman. You just don't see that at any level. Oh, and then finishes it all off with an RKO out of nowhere for the wrestling fans on your televisions
That's
today.
incredible. I will say, though, his nicest goal in my mind, it's the Halifax overtime winner. That was incredible, but I'll just say if there's competition, it's that one. Hey, Frank Chiliano between the pipes. They're going to credit him 15, 16 saves, but it's the quality of saves, not the quantity, because Frank Chiliano has looked fantastic in the opening 30.
The looks that Vancouver is getting through that young Rush D are absolutely A-plus quality looks, and Chiliano has stood the test. Here in Saskatoon, some people were worried about the way he started his year with that Halifax game. He has turned all those naysayers into fans here, and tonight showing that again. Why? Solid positioning. Gets a little help from Jake Boudreau there, but still got 98% of that ball. He knows how to track a ball through screens. He knows how to be positionally solid and has the athleticism to make pop-up saves. Chiliano has been great for the Rush and great tonight so far.
All you want him to do is outdo all the other ones. You look at the stat pack there.
Yeah, 31 shots on goal, 18 for Vancouver. The Warriors power play 2 for 2. They're going to get a chance to go for 3 for 3 while we're on a half. Face-offs. The Rush finally winning some face-offs. 8-4, 41 loose balls, lots of energy. 4 caused turnovers. Meanwhile, Vancouver's been causing all sorts of havoc and creating the turnovers there from Saskatchewan.
Well, it's been a battle both ways as well as on the floor. And you get a look the Saskatoon Hilltops, and you have his Huskies in a dodgeball game at the half. Rush up 7-3 inside Sasktel Center. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here. Last night it was New York pulling off the upset in Buffalo, winning 15-13 in Toronto or Hamilton. They're up 12-9 on the Georgia Swarm. San Diego hammering all night. 13-7 the score, and just getting underway in Colorado. Calgary is up 1-0 in the first quarter. Well, week 7 provided us with another batch of remarkable plays, complete with several diving goals, beautiful behind-the-back passes, and a save you have to see for yourself. Here are the top 5 plays of the past week.
Peterson. Shot back, done! Scores! Jameson paying the price, and the captain lays it out. File this under things you love to see.
A few seasons within Calgary.
This is the other Courier of the Josh variety who makes it 2-0 Calgary.
This is great ball movement. Starts up top, goes down low as Courier cuts the middle.
Boy, oh boy, has that trade worked out for each club. Yeah, I was going to say, and look at that teamwork. Sam Firth? Are you kidding me with what we just saw, Chris? Watch this again. Just look at this incredible behind-the-head pass. That's got to be a top 5, top 10 play coming up. Oh, baby. Albany on fire in the early going. Sundown hustles to win possession back. What a pass! And the finish from Sundown. Jeff Teat has eyes in the back of his head. And Larson Sundown puts the cherry on top. O'Connor came streaking in. He finds Teat. Oh, what a stick save from Damude.
Turns the stick and uses the big paddle to keep it out. What a save.
The NLL returns to Montreal for the first time since 2004 when the New York Riptide clashed with the Toronto Rock on February 16th at Place Bell. For tickets, visit eventco.ca or scan the QR code.
Thanks to being in right here in Saskatoon. It is 7-3 Rush over the Warriors. Taking a look at who's had a decent night so far for the Rush right now. That would be Robert Church. 1 goal, 3 assists. He's got 4 points on this evening so far. Rush, of course, right now on a 4-goal run. Mike Messenger, the story of the first half. 2 goals. Robert Church, 1 and 3. Keegan Ball, a bit of a quiet first half. 1 goal, 1 assist for the dangerous Vancouver Warrior. Aaron Bold and Frank Chiliano, they've been going great save for great save. 23 saves for Bold, 15 for Chiliano. And I can tell you, Aaron Bold loves playing his old team. He loves playing right here in Saskatoon. He seems to bring it every single time, does the former member of the Saskatchewan Rush, who of course was the goaltender on record when they won in the 2016 Champions Cup.
He made some good saves in that opening half. Like without him, it's a 10 spot on their side.
Both of them did. It was a great opening half, and for his thoughts, we've got Sabine with Rush captain Ryan Keenan.
Ryan, you guys came out hard and fast this first half, leading 7-3. What was the mindset going into this game tonight?
Yeah, we needed a hot start. We've had some time off, so we had some energy. It worked out, but now we have the lead. We got to finish this.
How do you finish it and stay strong or increase that gap?
Our D's just got to keep doing what they're doing. We got to kill a penalty right now. It starts with that. And then shut them down and, stick with what we're doing with offense. We're getting good looks, and we could probably bury a few more.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Thanks, Sabine. Thanks, Ryan. And, of course, coming into this one, the Rush, notorious slow starters on the year. Not the case tonight, but Vancouver, an open opportunity now to break a 4-goal run by the Rush and get the momentum back on their side as they will start with 1:53 of power play time as Robert Church is in the bin of sin for delay a game.
Face off, and Mike Messenger will scoop this one back. The battle still ensues. It's hopping all over the place. He'll poke this one down. Messenger 7 for 8 on the draw in that opening half of play. Power play is underway for Vancouver. 2 for 2 on the man advantage. Coming to this game, they were 31%. Charlene Beatties with Keegan Ball. They'll play pass up top. Keegan Ball now inside, room to shoot, and he scores. The Rush let him walk in, and Keegan Ball makes no mistake. Nice. It's the 3rd power play goal for the Warriors.
I said it while recapping the stats there. The Keegan Ball quiet first half, but you know that wasn't going to continue, Cody. And he goes out and proves me right, proves that the broadcaster jinx may not always be a thing. A little bit of a really good pick there. Coming in was Kevin Crowley, taking Jake Boudreau essentially right out of the play. That allowed Ball some time. No defender to that side, of course. They were up a man, so Ball has time and space that close to the net. You know he's going to bury there. That's his second goal of the game, third point.
7th of the season for Keegan Ball. Spent time with New West this past summer. Before that was playing in summer ball in Edmonton. So I got to see him probably 50+ times. At least it felt like that. Back underway. Rush inside feed intended for Robert Church. Ends up with Aaron Bold. Saskatchewan wearing their blacks. No Nathaniel Kazevnikov, no Keegan Bell in this one. Vancouver in their whites with the gold buckets. Cullen back over to Crowley, and now a cross-checking call is coming on Charlam Beatties. He's not happy about something, but he'll head to the sin bin. Scratches for Vancouver, Marcus Clarich and James Wright, as we get official word on the penalty against Adam Charlam Beatties.
Vancouver penalty number 8, 2 minutes illegal cross-check.
Charlam Beatties, 2 for the cross-check. Rush going to go back to the power play here as he just plants one right in the lower back of Mike Messenger. Those who don't play, that's one of those few spaces where you don't have armor. You're going to get called for that one all day long, and that one's going to sting for Mike Messenger.
Ryan Keenan will quarterback the power play. Zach Mann's up top. Church inside. Keenan slipped the pick, and Ryan Dilks has it. The former Saskatchewan Rush captain chose to sign in Vancouver this past summer. Down from Martel, stripped the ball by Jake Boudreau. Dog on a bone. Jake Boudreau has it. Transition. Jared Smith back for Boudreau, and he'll let the power play go to work. They had an opportunity, and he didn't like what he saw, so he pulls it out. Second-year player looking like a veteran, the Robert Morris star. Now the power play back to work. Keenan still up top. Flip for Mans. Over to Church. Quick stick, scores. One-timer for Robert Church on the power play. His second of the game, and Saskatchewan has 8.
The speed at which he gets that shot off is incredible. Blink and you'll miss it. I was looking right down from a broadcast location. I saw the pass come across. I think I blinked because next thing I know it was in the net. Great setup here in the power play, finding a chance to get Robert Church an open look. He knows the quick stick's coming. Great pass off the far side from Zach Mans. And Mans and Church have been playing pitchy-catchy, snipey all game long. Church, the advantage there, his second of the game against a team and a goaltender he's often quiet against.
Back the other way, it's Martel, short side. Chiliano roms up, but Messenger will be heading to the sin bin for the third time in this contest.
6 penalty minutes, 6 face-off wins, 2 goals. And definitely some heat on that one coming from Jackson Subak. Not liking that hit from Messenger.
Saskatchewan penalty number 8, 2 minutes boarding.
Dangerous play whenever you're throwing someone in the board, especially when you are the size of Mike Messenger, 225 pounds, throwing a man into the boards, takes an extra step. It was Kirkness turning at the last second, but you gotta know to stop up if you're Mike Messenger.
Warriors 3 for 3 on the power play. Ball shot got blocked by Connor McClelland. Captain of the Brampton Excelsiors. Pass out for Martel. Bobby Kidd III jumps at him, and he runs right into Chiliano. Martel wasn't pushed in at all. Took a dive at Chiliano's knees. And the ref says it's a lacrosse play, so we'll continue as the Warriors still on the power play.
I think they're maybe considering the punch in the face that Chiliano delivered, maybe evening it up. Right at the knees, not really pushing. You could see Chiliano dropping right hands to that chrome bucket. This one's getting spicy, Cody.
Keegan Paul. Inside feet. Crowley stopped by Chiliano. Now it did look like Kidd got a little push in the back of Martel, but his lane was directly at Chiliano. Ball, little behind the back flip. Kill it, rips one on net. Chiliano got it with the right pad.
Maybe a bit of a response for the boarding call on Mike Messenger. The team's taking shots at each other now.
Ball by Wengreniak. Put it on a frozen rope for Boudreau. Boudreau wisely pulls it back. 60 seconds left to go in this kill. Vancouver's power play, remember, 3 for 3. Perfect in this contest. Cam Wengreniak now, short side. Bold got it with that left toe. And now Wengreniak hit into the boards by Brett Midsky. Battle ensues, and it's 4 Warriors on 1 rush.
And Wengreniak's winning it.
Doing work. Barnable now jumps in. Ball pop free. Barnable took a shot, but the Rush have ate off about 40 seconds of this Warriors power play. Now it should be an 8-second count, and that it will be. So Saskatchewan gets the reset, much to the fans' pleasure here in Saskatchewan Center.
Great play, Cam Wengreniak 1-on-4 and winning that somehow. Unreal toughness for the almost local kid.
Robert Church will call the play. Dots runs into Dilks. Church spins back, waits for Messenger. Out of the sin bin, well rested Mike Messenger. Back for Keenan, he'll run through a double team and he escaped it. Shot goes down, Bold kicks it out. Keenan in the corner now. Double team by Midsky and Dilks. Former teammates, now foes. Messenger knocked it free for a second. Scooped out by Dilks, and now Messenger's hauled to the ground behind the plate. Warriors will run it up here. Lady peels back. Charlem Beatties hands it off for Keegan Ball. Keegan Ball now drives to the middle. Trying to post up. Enju stepped inside. Martel kicks it back. Charlem Beatties 1-on-1. Little fadeaway inside feed. Crowley just over the mark. They'll say Chiliano got it with his shoulder.
He did. He popped his right arm up. There was nothing but net there. Great save, Chiliano.
Smith over to Barnable. Short side. It was behind Bold for a second.
The spin on that one helping out Aaron Bold as he got 97% of it, but it moved forward towards the center stripe instead of back towards the goal line.
Kevin Crowley. Charlem Beatties now. Bouncer goes wide. Rebound out for McCulley at Chiliano dancing, and he stones him cold.
A little bit of a Dominic Hasek vibe there. Chiliano flopping everywhere. Comes up with another huge save. Keep Vancouver off the scoreboard.
Ball down for Zach Mance. Mance 1-on-1. Kirkness now steps up on him. Finds Patrick Dots. Victoria, BC native. Church inside. Triolo set the pin. Church went for a tumble though. Warriors back the other way. It's Lady up the floor. Dilks with the shot. That got deflected, and it ends up with Ryan Barnable. Swim move. Defender almost ended up in the Rush bench. Barnable heads north. Has help from Clark Walter. Goal in that opening half. Barnable off to Church. Driving. Trying to go high to the far side. Ryan Keaton has it. Does it on the shot clock. Keenan drives around Subak. Far side, it's off the shoulder. And that's called shooting for a reset, kids. Ryan Keenan knew exactly what he was doing when he lofted that one off the chest protector. Out of play, it'll be Rush ball. It's getting spicy in Saskatchewan.
Lax Metrics, powered by the NLL, is an innovative data approach to better understand our league. Cooper Perkins breaks down the numbers each week on NLL.com and the league's social channels.
Cooper Perkins. Had the pleasure of talking to that guy more than a few times. Mostly I'm just asking what the heck half those numbers mean. But again, that guy is smarter than this broadcast booth combined. No offense, but what he is
Times 2.
doing is it's on par with the NHL making that next step, right? And that's what makes lax metrics so important, is you can understand the game a little bit better through hard numbers. Back underway on Co-op Field. Robert Church down for Dots. Rush up by a 4-pack. 8:10 to go. Quarter 3. Triolo. Shot goes off a defender. Still 15 on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Dots now. Cross for Church. Maybe a bit of a force. Matt Beers is there to defend him.
Vancouver coming out of half a lot more aggressive on defense, not standing around using their physicality, now getting up in the rush faces like the Rush have been doing to them, and it seems to have disrupted this Rush offense so far in the second half.
Crowley, little fake down for Ball, put it on goal, and Chiliano made that save. Boudreau scooping this one up, almost back in, but he kept it out of the crease as it's up for Barnable. Fun fact on Frank Chiliano, he has not worn gear in a long time. Didn't have practice last night. Couldn't make it in time for a shoot-around this morning. So he is a warm-up only tender in this one.
The way he's played tonight, Cody, and how superstitious goaltenders are, he might want to stick to that. He's been crazy good tonight.
I don't think Jimmy Quinlan wants to hear that from you.
But am I wrong?
Keegan Ball up the floor. Warriors, if they're looking to make a comeback, they'll look at guy with 4-5 on his back. Superstar in this league. Backhand pass got knocked down by McClellan. Rush will have it through Isaac Anju. 2 goals in his season debut against Halifax over in the nest. And now the Rush, that little sidestep by McClellan puts him over the 8 count. Back the other way. Low shot, they score. One snuck through Chiliano, and Crowley puts one home. Vancouver's got 5.
The veteran awareness there of Crowley to know that there was chaos coming in and take advantage. Little 8-second violation there by the Rush, thanks to a nifty, what I thought was really a nifty little sidestep there by McClellan, but that leads to the turnover. Beers scoops it up, knows Crowley's there. Crowley doing a great job, great awareness to just start heading towards the Rush goal once the call was made. He knew in advance that was coming, his 12th of the season. Great awareness by the veteran, Kevin Crowley.
Messenger will step up on the face-off, but Vancouver gets possession of it. Warriors down by 3. Charlotte Beatties taken to the turf by Adam J. Dilks battling with Barnable for the loose ball. Barnable now. Thought he had it for a second, but it's the veteran Ryan Dilks with it.
He had to go it alone because Adam J had lost his shoe.
Lowen now. Lets it go, but it's about 15 feet outside in the corner as the shot clock is going to expire. Chiliano still made the save. It was a good shot on goal by Charlotte Beatties. Give him credit.
The old worm burner if you were playing golf, just a couple centimeters above the turf, and Chiliano up to the task.
Ryan Keenan now will trying to go 5-hole. Bold denies him. Back the other way. Beers, breakaway, robbed by Chiliano.
Little back and forth action here, Cody. This score could be a much higher score. Both these goaltenders have taken over in the second half.
Ryan Keenan now. High pass, Robert Church climbs ladder. Triolo takes the bulldozer through the middle. Keenan now, wrong side of the road. Short side, Bold got it again. As this one deflects out of play. 5:07 left to go, quarter number 3. Church switched up his stick for this game. Only scored once against Albany. Thought, hey, maybe it's time for a bit of a change. Triolo gets it going. When Grenier back to him. It's an Alberta connection. Mike Triolo, low cut to the net, scores! Roll the highlight reel! Triolo takes a first-class play.
step. Charbonneau's fired up on something on that goal. He immediately starts giving it to the officials. And of course it's a first-class flight. There's tons of room there for Triolo. 6'8", uses every single inch of it. He's had a great game tonight. Finds space to the outside. Charbonneau didn't like the little chicken wing he gave him on the way to the goal. He tries the swim move, maybe a bit of a hold there. Triolo is ruled all good. The goal is all good. 6'8", takes to the air and buries.
Mike Triolo, street baller, the Rush picked up. Jimmy Quinlan in the Edmonton area, gotta watch him this summer as he dominated the President's Cup. And that tournament filled with NLL stars. By the way, just because it's Senior B, do not count it out. Riley Lowen down into the corner. McKellen up top. Crowley has the last one for the Warriors. That shot deflected by Adam Jake. Stays in play though. On the ground, Boudreau as ball. Tried to kick it down there, but with 4:23 left, it'll be Rush possession and a fresh 30 clock when we come back. Saskatchewan up 9-5. Mike Triolo tucks the latest. Remember, for all the latest news, highlights, and behind-the-scenes content, follow NLL on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter /X, and YouTube. And stay current with scores and in-depth articles on NLL.com. Like the article Adam Levy did on Frank Scigliano, talking about playing with all of those Langley Thunder teammates over the summer. Well, they've connected in this one, and the defense has been quite solid. So if you want to go on your phone and you're looking for a little bit of reading after this one, of course, after the post-game show, then you can go on NLL.com and check it out.
Also, if you're a Rush fan, check out the Rush's Instagram. They got some great retro fits the boys showed up in today.
Zach Matz pops it up for Keenan. Shot goes off a Bold, and Matt Bierce has the loose ball. Beers up top over the logo, not afraid to run it in transition is Scigliano. Back-to-back saves on Matt Beers now. Rush will run it right back. Jake Boudreau. Robert Church is up with him. Boudreau trying to shoot through Dilks, and Ryan Dilks eats that one.
He's gonna feel that one. The Hamilton product, former captain of the Rush. Never a bad idea for Jake Boudreau to take a run. He's got 9 points so far this year.
Boudreau, one of the most effective transition defenders in the NLL, as has this Rush team in general. You think of the contributions they get from some of their non-forward labeled players. Kevin Crowley now, he'll drive around Messenger, trying to feed, but it got knocked down inside. Jake Boudreau does it again. Long shift does not matter to the youngster. Isaac Enju now waits for some help, comes in the form of Cameron Grenier.
Barnable was throwing up the stop sign going, Isaac, get off, take a break, man.
Clark Walter sets the pick. When Grenier now, shot over the top. Bold makes a save, and he hops back out on the loose ball.
Cameron Grenier's been in and out of the lineup, Cody. After tonight, I think he deserves a serious long-term look on this roster.
Kevin Crowley now, spin move, back up top. Charlotte Beatty's low shot, and Scigliano makes the sink. Mike Mallory in there as well. Also, I think I messed up the Scigliano story. I think that's on Inside Lacrosse, not NLL.com, as my phone blows up here. So, yeah, dash one for Cody, and that's why we should do some research before talking. Patrick Dotz off the bench. Takes a couple of hacks and whacks, waits for help. Triolo, him and Church will try open up some space. Ball's on the ground now. 2 on the shot clock. The Rush will go for a change.
You mean we can't just watch the replays, Cody? We get a quick look here. Vancouver running it up the floor in this goaltender's duel. Who would have thought after 11 goals in the opening half that all of a sudden things would slow to a trickle? Bold and Scigliano putting on a show here, third quarter.
Lowen for Martel. 15 on the countdown. Lowen now, stripped of the ball by Jake Boudreau. Flips it up for Barnable. Barnable's got a break. Enju on the floor with him as well. decides to slow it down. The Rush have been happy, and you see the maturity of those players where last season, Barnable probably forces that shot. Robert Church instead gets a look right from the slot. There's Aaron Bolt stepping to his left, got his arm on it.
Certainly, and not only Barnable, but Enju probably runs right deep into Vancouver territory and creates a problem. This time, the maturity, they pull it out, let the offensive experts go to work.
Back underway, Clark Walter gives it to Church, over to Keenan. Scored on a quick stick earlier. Kirkness knocks him down. Wengrenia on the back pedal, and he forces a turnover. Cam Wengrenia smooth with it. The Grand Canyon University star and the MCLA varsity lacrosse is somewhat a call it. Zach Mance down for Ryan Keenan. Triolo now. He'll drive far side, almost hit Mans behind the net. Still 5 on the shot clock. Keenan down for Mans, and it ends up with Matt Beers in the crease. Keegan Ball, 32 seconds to go here, about a 10-second differential. Shot clock, game clock, maybe closer to 11. McCullough down for Ball. Move for him to go low, but Mike Messenger's all over him. Over to McCullough, misses the one-timer. Now he tries to go back for Crowley. He's up top on the restraining line, and he's gonna have to leave that one on the ground with 10 seconds to go here. Rush have possession, but they're gonna have to go quick. Robert Church runs through the gauntlet, flips it back for Keenan. Keenan's shot is high over the net as the Rush did get one more look there. Over 45 down, 15 play, Rush lead 9-5 on Co-op Field inside SaskTel Center. 2 apiece for each team in quarter number 3.
Welcome back. After the third quarter, the Rush lead the Warriors 9-5 as the fourth quarter begins. And get game day ready and shop your favorite team's jerseys and merchandise. Head to NLLstore.ca to get your National Lacrosse League and team gear today.
Thanks, Sabine. I myself picked up one of the Rush's retro tie-dye shirts. Love the retro logo from tonight. 6 goals in the first quarter, 4 in the second, 4 in the third, and it was a goaltending duel betwixt Frank Chiliano for the Rush and Aaron Bolt, who always shows up against his former team with a big game. Ever since he left Saskatchewan, he's always been guilty of grand larceny whenever returning to SaskTel Center. With 15 to go, Rush up 4. Interesting start, interesting ending we got coming up here, Cody.
Messenger won that face-off, but then Jay ends up throwing it away. Messenger now 8 for 12 at the dot. Again, battled Willman before. He was with Calgary last year. Messenger won 54% of those draws. Martel hits ball, and he's stopped by Chiliano.
Another great save by Frank Chiliano, and a huge night for Mike Messenger to get back to form. Coming into tonight, Cody, he was just 20% at the dot. That was one thing a lot of fans were talking about here in Saskatoon, getting better on the faceoff.
Clark Walter steps off the bench, and he stepped into one. Doesn't miss by much, but it ends up 200 feet the wrong way.
Golden chance now for Vancouver to get everything set up after that one went all the way down the floor.
Rush have Keegan Ball and Adam Charlambees with 3-point games going on. Kevin Crowley has 2. Charlambees make it 4. He's got his second of the game. Warriors down by 3.
Right on cue, Cody. You nailed it. Charlambees from a bit of distance finds a little bit of an opening, and the leading scorer for the Vancouver Warriors is on the board again tonight to cut the Rush lead to 3. Great ball movement on the outside, all off of a misfortunate bounce by the Saskatchewan Rush, but Charlambees, time and space, using the defender rushing out to him as a screen, so Chiliano didn't get a clean look at it, and just a great low shot, high to low, hard to stop in the feet. Charlambees, second of the game tonight. He's up to 13 on the season.
face-off win, grabbed by Powering. His loose ball totals have been a little bit lower this season compared to last, but maybe the stats are getting called a little bit tighter as well. Ball inside feed, Martel short side, stopped by Chiliano. Trying to poke it back to himself, but he got it again. Boudreau knocks him to the turf, but the reset comes for the Warriors.
4 loose balls tonight for Bowering, Cody.
Keegan Ball right down the middle to the net, and he's stumped by Chiliano.
Got a holding call coming though, Cody. That Vancouver power play, which has been so good tonight, going to get a chance to go back to work after scoring a goal, keeping the momentum going. One of those plays where Barnable just got caught out of position, knowing that a great scoring chance was coming, did what he needed to do to slow down his man. Yeah, Keegan Ball's got it there. He's got a room to shoot. I hate the term good penalty, but that was a good penalty to take by Barnable.
Keegan Ball up top. Warriors power play 75% behind the net. Dunk attempt for Martel. Messenger has the loose ball. Tried to pass it back from McClelland. Went off the ref. He still scoops it up. Now it's across the floor. Rush trying to get it. No one has control. Defender on the ground. And now Willman's there to scoop it up. Power play continues. Minute 25 to go with Barnable in the sin bin. Charlon Beatty's on the logo. Put him on hat trick watch in this one. He's got a pass. Keegan Ball up top. Crowley, Charlon Beatty's dishes it. Ball won't take it. Now Messenger. Crowley gets past him right inside. He rips it off the crossbar and into the netting above the glass. Shot clock reset comes. Fresh 30 for this Warriors power play. Ball with it, low to low. Chiliano makes the stop.
Messenger did the splits like he was trying to block it with his legs, like he was Frank Chiliano, but instead the guy with the leg pads on makes the stop, and Rush get a chance to kill some time here.
Bobby Kidd, the third now, running through everyone, runs over his defender, but he lost the ball, and now the Warriors another power play opportunity.
Not what you want to see on the penalty kill, Cody. Would have liked to see Bobby Kidd maybe pull it back and kill some more time off there.
Warriors funnel them into a bad position to be in. Crowley down, killing, takes it. Chiliano with the save.
You know a guy's feeling it when he pops that ball up after making the save and wants to make a play with it. Chiliano on the ball tonight, and he's going to have to continue to be.
A drive towards the net by Adam Jay. They'll say no goal. It goes in the net, but Jay ran through the crease.
Yeah, both got just enough of it to keep it from crossing the goal line before Jay's momentum took him in.
Ball's pass got deflected. Jimmy Quinlan challenge flag in hand. I don't believe he's going to throw it at this time. Again, 35 seconds, but looks like he's happy to hold on to it, especially after a penalty kill. The Rush's second penalty kill of the game. Robert Church now falling down. It's Keenan. 10 on the shot clock. Keenan. Pass got deflected by Matt Bierce. Former teammates no longer on the same side of this rivalry. Won't be an over and back because it hit the ref and then went back. So he'll give him some grace for that play. 15 on the shot clock. Back to even strength on the floor. Barnable, he'll defend Crowley. Ball's in there for the two-man game. Crowley now. Pass ends up being a shot. Chiliano made the save. And now it's a battle for a loose ball, which Kyle Killen punches back for Keegan Ball. It's on the co-op logo. Now he'll backpedal in front of that Warriors bench. Charlon Beatty's got through Jay. Charlon Beatty's to the net, scores! Patrick Adam Charlon Beatty's, and Vancouver is down by 2.
In the first half, the Rush were able to contain Charlon Beatty's, keep him from having himself a big game, but he's managed to figure it out here, especially in this fourth quarter. Now his second goal of the fourth quarter coming up huge as he's clawing his team all the way back from what was a 4-goal deficit. He finds a way to beat Frank Chiliano, going up in the air with the hops, stays out of the crease. You can see there, great view from our camera crew there. He is definitely still airborne as that ball finds its way across the Saskatchewan goal line. And the Rush now have not scored since the 5-minute mark of the third quarter, Cody. They've gone over 15 minutes without scoring a goal. And Vancouver just chipping away, chipping away, chipping away.
Face-off win for Vancouver. Down by 2-0. Trailed by 4 at the half. Killen off the bench, feeling it. Chiliano with the left hand. Rebound, bought back for Lowen. McCully outside. Lowen now to the middle, through every one, and he scores. Rush defenders collide, no mistake made. Riley Lowen has his 4th of the season, and Vancouver trails by 1.
And right now, taking a look with concern for both Mallory and Messenger. They collided. Both men are shaken up. A little miscommunication on that play as they run full speed into each other, knocking each other down, and Lowen takes advantage. There's a collision from the 2 Rush defenders, leaves Lowen unmarked. Quick stick fake, and he goes up and over the shoulder of Frank Chiliano. And the Warriors now coming alive in the 4th quarter, cutting the lead to just 1 here as a hush falls over SaskTel Center. 3 fourth quarter goals, all before the 10-minute mark.
Bobby Tread III steps in on the draw for Mike Messenger. Scrambled it back, but it'll be Warriors possession one more time. Down by 1, 9:40 to go. All the momentum in Vancouver's favor. Crowley across for Charlem Beanies. Hot stick in this contest. Crowley wide open, rebound, scores. Tie ball game. Kevin Crowley, his 2nd of the contest.
And when you're playing a young team, the runs can sometimes get out of hand. That's exactly what has happened as the Rush have completely collapsed in this 4th quarter. Crowley gets a good shot, gets a bit of a members bounce here off the glass at SaskTel Center, scoops his own rebound. Chiliano didn't really have a chance, as that was a seeing eye rebound right back to the stick of Crowley, finds it before the defender does, puts it across the goal line, and we are back to even, Cody.
Vancouver has 13 shots in the first 5 minutes and 30 seconds of quarter number 4.
Yeah, I think they figured something out, Cody.
Now, if you're the Rush, maybe you even thought about taking a face-off violation just to get to a commercial break. Instead, they don't. Charlem Beanies down for Lowen. Ends up on the ground. Messenger scoops it over to Enju. Isaac Enju turns it up to the floor. Jarrett Smith settles it down. Now you look towards your veterans, your Robert Churches, Ryan Keenans, who have led the way for this Rush organization. Walter back for Church. Inside's Keenan, stopped by Bolt. Keenan taking on a few Warrior defenders. Ball ends up in the stick of Matt Pierce.
If you're the Warriors, you're just happy, slowing it down, taking your looks. You've got all the momentum. You've figured out the Rush D. They just want to keep this going here, Cody.
Keegan Ball now. Finds Charlem Beatty. Switches hands. Back for Ball. Outside look, and he scores. Keegan Ball puts Vancouver in front with 8:11 to go.
Charlem Beatties and Ball have turned it on here in the 4th quarter and 2nd half. Charlem Beatties with a pair. Ball's got his 2nd of the 2nd half. They came to play. We talked about halftime adjustments and Kurt Malosky being 8-1 against Saskatchewan in his past 9 games. They saw something coming out of the room, and they've absolutely turned it on here. As you see, Charlem Beatties draws the double team, spins off of that. Wide open is Ball. He's not going to miss from there, a man of his talents. And Vancouver back in the lead for the first time since the 6:36 mark of the 1st quarter.
Off the draw, it's Martel. Safe by Chiliano. Rebound is going to be scooped up, though, by Owen Grant, the Delaware star. Ball over to Charlem Beatties. Charlem Beatties won't shoot it. Down to Crowley. Crowley got away from his defender. Lowen's out of the corner. Keegan ball now low to low, bounces this one wide. It'll be over and back. Shot clock's going to expire as well with 7:33. Here come the Warriors. 5 straight in this fourth quarter. They lead by 1 on Co-op Field.
Welcome back to SaskTel Center. The Warriors leading the Rush 10-9 thanks to a huge fourth quarter, which is uncharacteristic for both these teams. Coming into tonight, Vancouver -1 goal differential in the fourth. Saskatchewan +11 in the fourth. They've kind of been doing good things in the fourth, but not tonight. The Warriors outscoring Saskatchewan 5-0 in the fourth quarter, turning a 9-5 deficit into a 10-9 lead with 7:33 left to go.
Kurt Malowski, 7-0 in his last 7 games against Saskatchewan.
Is that good?
And with 7:33 left to go here, Aaron Bold looks to shut the door in his former barn. Mike Triolo with the rock now. Up top finds Wengrenia. Down for Keenan. Church for Wengrenia. His shot goes high. Matt Beers grabs it off the turn for Grant. And Jules step out on him, take away the transition opportunity. Charlem Beatty's hat trick in the game. Keegan Ball with 3 as well. Crowley rips one off the post. Vancouver feeling it in all fours. Here goes Isaac Andrew now. Transition attempt. Andrew to the middle, rips it off the post.
Both teams getting their daily dose of iron on that shift, Cody. Couple fortunate bounces for both clubs. Off the post and straight out.
McCully, 5th forward off the bench. Finds Crowley. Crowley now around McClellan. Chiliano might have got a piece of that one and some help from the red uprights. Jarrett Smith now waiting for some forward help. Keenan's off the bench. Brian Keenan, far side, bounces it out. Jarrett Smith with it now. Runs away from the defender for Triolo. Mans is on the half wall. Zach Mans one-on-one. Turn and burn. Stopped by Bull.
Great save, Aaron Bold. Zach Mans goes airborne, trying to get his second one of the night. But Aaron Bold, as he has been so much in this second half, up to the task. Just having a great second half, Cody.
Near perfect for Aaron Bold here. Now driving to the net, Charlem Beatty's. Just a free lane opens up, and Adam Charlem Beatty's buries his 4th of the game.
3rd of the fourth quarter. Coming up clutch is Adam Charlem Beatty's. A fourth quarter hat trick alone. 4 on the night, and you can't let him do that. You know he is Vancouver's arguably their best forward. Adam J just doesn't even look at him. Charlem Beatty's goes, all right, I'll just run on in and score. Adam J, the young man, the young defender, with a crucial mistake there. Charlem Beatty's up to 15 on the season, 3 in the fourth quarter.
Face-off violation on Bobby Kidd III. Keegan Ball with it now. Rips it across. McKelly inside. Martel, short side, goes off the post. 3 or 4 posts now for Vancouver this quarter. Barnable up to Jarrett Smith. Mike Messenger will stay in play here on offense. They'll let the other forwards get on the floor. Church, Triolo, and now Walter. Messenger will spin back. He's on hat-trick watch. Here's Robert Church. Flip inside. Triolo. Miss. Back in the air. One arm on his stick. Messenger's robbed by Bold, and Church gets the reset. Robert Church will slow it down. 2 goals in the contest for the assistant captain. Ryan Keenan now trying to feed him. Triolo might have got a piece of that by accident. Doesn't on the shot clock. Triolo, one-on-one, spins down low to the net. Bold got it with the left arm. Reset comes, Cam Wingreniak, loose ball machine, wins another battle. Back to Wingreniak. Fires it over to Church, missed the pass. Church got it backed up, shooting on the run. Defender got it right in his stick. Little behind the back flip finds Owen Grant.
Rush have now gone an entire 15 minutes without a goal here in the second half. Aaron Bold and the Vancouver defense has absolutely shut them down.
Charlambides up top, Lowen dishes it over to Keegan Ball. Ball now shoots around a screen. Chiliano makes a save. Jared Smith has it. Jake Boudreau's up the floor as well. Vancouver getting back on defense in reverse transition. Smith wants to drive. Ends up behind the net. Flips it back for Boudreau. Has Zach Mans there. Mans will have to backpedal. Allow some time for the other forwards to jump out on the floor. Patrick Dodds. Dodds now down to Wingreniak. He'll spin away. 3 on the shot clock. Wingreniak rips one off Beers. And he'll have to dump this one back, but the shot clock's going to expire. Less than 4 to go now in quarter number 4. Vancouver up 11-9 on the Saskatchewan Rush. Adam Charlambides, have yourself a night.
Welcome back to SaskTel Center. Tonight's Turning Point presented by Fanatics, and well, it's the appearance of Charlambides and Ball in this fourth quarter. The Vancouver Warriors offense absolutely came to life. Ball with a hat-trick goal. Charlambides with a hat-trick alone in the fourth quarter. He's all the way up to 4 goals tonight. Those two superstars for the Vancouver Warriors showing up when it means the most, and that is tonight's Fanatics Turning Point.
Keegan Ball will run it up the floor. One arm on his stick as Barnable gives him a healthy whack. Crowley down for Charlambides. Little back pedal, wants to shoot around a screen, but happy to eat some more time off the clock. Little flip back. Martel inside cut. Chiliano was down and he rips it off the post. Mike Messenger, little one-on-one here. Messenger to the middle. Spin move. Now he's going to kick it back. Robert Churchill drive. Far side. Goes wide. Mans for Keenan. Mans got hauled down by Beers. Ref was watching him. Call coming. Robert Church with it. Chiliano to the back. 6-on-5. Messenger out in front. Falling down. Bold makes the save as Dilks touches up with 2:13 to go in the game.
Aaron Bold going into the splits to make a huge save on Mike Messenger with the 6-on-5 on with Chiliano on the bench. Bold gets low and maintains his almost quarter-and-a-half shutout streak.
Number 2, 2 minutes holding.
And Vancouver fans, I'm sorry for using the S word as well. If you're watching on TSN+, promise it was not intentional. I love the work of Aaron Bold, what he's done tonight.
Keenan's up top on the power play. Rush down by 2. Robert Church back for Keenan. Now he finds Church. Long range shot. Bold didn't get a piece of it. Mans now has to scoop, trying to run away from it. Warriors poke it forward. It's a 2-on-1. Ryan Dilks wisely waits this one back with the help of Owen Grant. The Delaware star. Indoor, outdoor, he'll do it all. Owen Grant in his rookie season. Defended by Clark Walter now. Grant happy to eat off some more clock. 5 seconds left as he dumps this one down. Rush will get their power play back on the floor. 80 seconds to go in regulation. Keenan and Mans. Chiliano still in the crease. Keenan down for Walter. Walter, short side. Save made by Bull. Elks is on Walter. Loose ball battle. 3 rusher in there. Grab by Walter. He'll flip this one high. Dodds has it. Mans over to Church, and he misses the pass.
Vancouver now a great chance to kill off more time, even though they're short-handed, and take this one and send people in Saskatoon home full of sadness.
Charlem Beatty's 15 on the shot clock that they can eat it up. And get it down to about 16 seconds left in quarter number 4. Messenger will defend. Charlem Beatty dumps this one down, and the Rush are going to use their timeout with 16 seconds to go here in their regulation time.
Gonna need a miracle if you're a Rush fan, and if you're watching at home in Vancouver or BC, you're absolutely loving the veteran poise and presence of a team that may have been down, but was never out of it. We were talking about the matchup of old versus new Rush heading into this one, Cody. And really, the old guys, even though getting punched in the mouth to start this, have come out and played so strong in the fourth quarter. I don't know if I've ever seen a team this good in the second half. The Rush haven't scored. It's almost going on 25 minutes now, Cody, that you've held this dynamic team off the score sheet. A team coming in, scoring 13 goals per game, and you've kept them at 9 since they scored, let's see it up. 10:03 mark of the third quarter. That's a long time without a goal.
Aaron Bolt's been phenomenal, but we said he would before the game as well on the 92.9 pregame show. Every time he's in Saskatchewan, he seems to find a new gear in his game.
Oh, certainly. A guy came in with a great goals against average so far this year, 4th in the league. Bolt's having a good season, but you're right. Every time we've seen him since he moved on in the 2018 season, he's just been dynamite against the Saskatchewan Rush.
Cameron Gruniak throws it up. Dodds has Church. And now they're going to blow it down. The clock is still running here. Not exactly sure what happened. Maybe they didn't like the toss to Gruniak. I'm not sure if it fell out of the ref's hands or what happened there. I believe they are going to restart it and saying, hey, wasn't exactly fair how it started.
Yeah, certainly. It wasn't a clean transition from official to Gruniak, so they're going to give him a second try. 18 seconds back up on the clock here, Cody. 5 seconds left in that Rush power play. They basically need a goal now. Face-off win and a goal. This place, the roof would blow off this place if that happens, but they're in tough the way that Bold and their old teammates on that Vancouver defense have played.
When Gruniak up for Church. Robert Church now got the shot off, and he bounces this one wide. Beers is out of the sin bin. Someone's lost a shoe. Vancouver ball, and they get a timeout with 6.1 seconds left here.
So Vancouver's going to be able to draw something out to keep it out of the Rush's possession for the final 6 seconds of this game. The Warriors looked, I wouldn't say down and out, but they didn't look like they were going to come out with a W after the first half, Cody. Those halftime adjustments, we alluded to it. Kurt Malosky now came in 7 straight wins against the Rush. That man knows how to coach. He ends up making the adjustments, and Vancouver looks like a brand new team. Aaron Bolt standing in his head, and really, let's not discredit the work here, Frank Chiliano, Cody. Because Frank Chiliano, if he's not so good, this is 15-9 Warriors easily in the fourth quarter.
Well, Kurt Malowski going to be 9-1 in his last 10 against Saskatchewan behind the bench here.
We need less fans yelling at him and getting him fired up, because that seemed to be, the Warriors look different after that.
I'll give the ball to Keegan Ball here.
Never a bad idea.
With 6 seconds left. Rush will put Boudreau and Bobby Kidd III on him. And Ball's just going to airmail this one with a couple of seconds left. Giuliano dumps it in the air, and and 60 minutes comes to a close. Beers and Boudreau have a few final words. You know, Jake Boudreau, not scared of anyone, but it's the Vancouver Warriors. World-class fourth quarter. Adam Charlambides puts on a show, and they come in and send the home fans home unhappy.
You know, that was a big win for the Warriors. We talked about the importance, both these teams coming in at one win, but also just one game out of a playoff spot. We were talking about who's going to get the momentum from this one, and to me, it absolutely was the Vancouver Warriors. That was a masterclass of defense and goaltending and offense in that fourth quarter, Cody. Just unbelievable how good they were. Charlambides, he decided to wake up in the fourth quarter. They had kind of kept him off the score sheet leading up to that. Instead, he wakes up in the fourth quarter. A fourth quarter hat trick, including the goal to put them up 11-9. One with a defensive mistake that just led to Charlambides going right down Main Street. He was as advertised tonight for the Vancouver Warriors. Always a pleasure to watch him. Great game by Charlambides. Unbelievable performance by Aaron Bold. And Vancouver walks out of here with their season off life support.
Yeah, you get clutch goals from a guy like Keegan Ball as well. That's obviously going to help. And Kevin Crowley chipping in with a couple himself. Aaron Bold ends up with 38 saves. It's one of those games for Saskatchewan. Feels like it slipped away. And for Vancouver, well, it was basically must-win territory. They're now 2-4 in this contest. Final score, 11-9. Vancouver Warriors take this one. Be sure to join us February 16th, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the inaugural NLL Unboxed Series game when New York takes on Toronto at Place Bell in Montreal. For Sabine Wad, John Fraser, Cody Jansen, this has been a presentation of the NLL and Dome Productions. Have yourself a good night.